117-8889. Sama Producciones.
Are you ready?
Hi folks, this is Teacher Carrera. I hope you are okay. We are back with another English video for learning English. So let's learn some English, folks. So, if you remember the last time we were talking about the verb to be, and in the first video we were learning some vocabulary for learning how to say hello and how to say goodbye. But on this occasion we are going to learn how to structure more difficult sentences, and I think this is the perfect time for talking about the simple present. Now, what is the simple present? Well, the simple present is the basic tense that many English students start learning, and the simple present is used basically when we talk about routines and when we talk about facts. What are facts? Are things that are real, or what I like to call static realities. Something important to take into account when we want to start speaking in English in a more complex way is respecting a very important rule, or a very important formula. This formula is subject, verb, complement. This will be useful at all times. And for example, if somebody asks me, Teacher Carrera, what did you do? What is your occupation? I can tell them, I can use the verb to be. For example, I can tell them I am an English teacher. You know how to use the verb to be from our previous video. Or I can be even more specific and I can give more information in this sentence. For example, what do you do, Teacher Carrera? I can answer, I am an English teacher. I teach English. Or I teach languages. I speak English, etc., etc., etc. And if you pay attention in this second part, in the second part of the answer, I am respecting the formula subject, verb, complement. How? I said, I teach English. One of the most common mistakes of English learners, of students of English, is that because of the interference with the mother tongue, they forget to use the subject in a sentence. So sometimes when I ask my students, what did you do? They tell me, study English. But they are not respecting the formula, they are omitting the subject. They are saying just verb and complement, study English, which is not right. Because a very, very important rule, a vital rule in English is never omit the subject. Of course, there are exceptions, for example, when we use the imperative. But a perfect answer for this question, what did you do when it comes to asking the students, is I study English. So the verb here is study. Now we have learned so far two verbs, teach and study. Now, the easy thing about simple present, or the easy thing in general about English, is that verbs are very easy to conjugate, especially when it comes to the simple present. For example, for the verb study, we just have two possibilities, study or studies. For the verb teach, we have two possibilities, teach or teaches. If you paid attention, we are just adding an S to the other form of these verbs. So, repeat after me. I study. I study. I study. But when it comes to the third person, you must remember what the third person is, he, she, it. You have to say he studies. So repeat after me. He studies. He studies. He studies. But what happens with the verb teach? Well, you have to say I teach. So repeat after me. I teach. I teach. I teach. But when it comes to the third person, he, she, it, we have to say he teaches. So repeat after me. He teaches. He teaches. He teaches. So in order to summarize, let's remember that for the conjugation of the verbs in simple present, there are just two possibilities. In the case of the verb study, you have just study or studies. Studies for the third person, he, she, it. For the verb teach, you have two options, teach or teaches. The second one, teaches for the third person as well, he, she, it. So in English it's relatively easy to conjugate verbs in the simple present. So now your task, guys, is to study the verbs and remember how to use them. But in the following video, we're going to be talking about how to structure sentences in a negative form, which is a little bit more complicated, but still more easy than in our mother tongue. Thank you very much, folks, for watching this video, and I will see you very soon. See you, folks.
Are you ready?